welcome you to McGurk Stadium here on the campus of the University of Massachusetts. It's the Ball State Cardinals and the UMass Minutemen squaring off for the first time as members of the MAC. With UMass Hall of Fame running back Rene Ingoglia, I'm Mike Cousins. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Rene, neither of these teams are in contention to necessarily win the MAC, but for Ball State, they come in with a chance. 3 games left. With 3 wins, they could be bowl eligible.
I mean, absolutely. They got to run the table. They got to win their next 3, but they got to get this one tonight against a pesky UMass club who's playing a lot better this season.
Ball State is young at quarterback, but it's where they get their big drive. This is senior experience at running back.
Yeah, their offense goes through Jawan Edwards, 5'10", 220-pound running back. Very hard to take down. Look for him to get 20 to 25 touches tonight. Anything they do will go through him.
Now, 2 wins this year for UMass matches their total from the last 2 seasons, so it's a big number for them, and they've done it with inexperience at quarterback.
Blake Frohnapple, the transfer from Marshall, is having an exceptional year, over 2,000 yards passing. You know, he's 6'4", he's got a strong arm, high delivery, and he's got very good skill players. He targets #1 Tajay Sharp and number 87 Gene Sifrin. The UMass offense will go through Blake Frohnapple tonight, and he's going to try to pick on that Ball State secondary.
It's Quinn Cooper getting some love along the sidelines for Ball State after this punt.
Well, you know, in the NFL, this is great. The feet aren't in, stops it, knocks it back. But the problem is in college football, it's whether it breaks the goal line. And I try to explain to people, picture the goal line is a sheet of water that goes straight up. If the ball breaks it enough to even put a ripple in that water, you've broken the plane. And the ball clearly did that there. And that's why it's a touchback back to the 20-yard line.
So both offenses have gone quiet. Their first 2 drives were 2 touchdowns. Since then, 3 punts, 3 turnovers, and a big breakout on first down for Lorenzo Woodley.
And Woodley's a big back out of Miami, 6 foot, 212 pounds. And you love this downhill running style. Early in the season, had a little bit of an issue kind of running like a 180-pound back instead of a big 220-pound back. I think Marcel Shipp, the running back coach, really has been great for Lorenzo Woodley, and he is running downhill, and he's running downhill hard behind those shoulder pads.
That was a gain of 16 on first down, and now the middle is open once again. Woodley on back-to-back carries. 11 yards that time.
And this time, you know, the UMass offensive line winning the line of scrimmage. Watch the push by that offensive line. I like how the ball swings to the left, and you see Woodley take it back door, good vision, bring it back, wrap it around the right side, and then square those shoulders, get north and south, and pick up another first down.
Frohnapple fakes the give. He's got room to run near midfield and quickly gives himself up. Gain of 2 to the 49. Frohnapple, quite an intriguing guy, transferred here from Marshall, where he backed up Rakeem Cato the last 2 years. He threw only about 50 passes career before coming here, and now has thrown for the 6th most yards in FBS.
And he, although he didn't start at Marshall, he's a leader on that team. I mean, they didn't want him to transfer, but they understood, you know, the young man wants to play football. Golden opportunity here, and he's making the most of it.
Looking deep, this is Michelle inside the 10, and he stretches down to the 1-yard line. Huge pickup, 48 yards to Markin Michelle.
And again, good protection. Frohnapple scans the field this time, starts to the left, comes back to the right to Markin Michelle, who makes the catch, and just like that, 1st and goal for the Minutemen.
To the left side, Woodley is in, standing up. Touchdown, UMass.
And to me, Mike, that series was made by Lorenzo Woodley. The 2 runs, the 2 11-yard runs to pick up first downs. It tightened up that Ball State defense. Good protection. You hit Markin Michelle, one of your faster players down the right sideline. Good throw by Frohnapple.
17-0 Ohio with the lead over Buffalo. Jason Benetti, Rene Ingoglia along with you. And we told you off the top, Ohio is as healthy as it's been all year, and it played out in the first half.
Yeah, the offensive line kind of dominated, got A.J. Ouellette going, and really started grinding it out on the ground and just kind of dominated that first half.
So as we take a look at those first half highlights, keep an eye on Ouellette and what he did.
Well, of course, the muff here by Martinez gave Ohio the ball in good field position, and on this drive, Smith with a nice comeback catch there in the payoff. Ouellette on the zone read, getting behind those shoulder pads, scoring the first touchdown of the game.
So that made it 10-0 at that point. Then Darius Vick gets a gash on a nice run into Buffalo territory to help set up the second touchdown. And this is a key pass interference penalty to put it first and goal.
Yeah, puts it at the 2, and then again, zone read to Ouellette. Good blocking by the offensive line up front. And another touchdown.
Alabama, Ladd Peoples Stadium, the home of the South Alabama Jaguars. Let's go down to the sideline. Rene Ingoglia with the head coach of the Bulldogs, Dan Mullen.
Thanks, Mike. Coach Mullen, first road game of the year, playing a talented South Alabama team. Sold out Ladd Peoples Stadium. What'd you tell your team in the locker room?
Well, we got to stick together. We hold hands. All of us together are going to win. It's us against all of them together right here. So, you know, we got to do come out, play our game, execute at a high level, and win as a family.
Your quarterback, Dak Prescott, off to a great start. 9 touchdowns the first 2 games. We've seen the quarterback rotation with Damian Williams. Will we see that rotation again today? And if so, what's the advantage of that?
Well, it's just getting guys into the game, getting ready. We're going to go with Dak until we get a feel that we want to put Damian. So we don't have the set rotation. We're going to just go Dak today and see how he does. But if we're moving a little bit, we might get Damian some reps just to get him the flow of the game early.
Great. Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck.
Brandon Bridge under pressure, unloads, catches made, first down. They move the ball. As Jeremy Jones picks it up.
A nice route by Jones, just a deep out. And again, you can run that play because of the arm of Brandon Bridge. And if you give him time in the pocket, he can scan the field. So I would expect Mississippi State defensive coordinator Jeff Collins try to drum up some pressure here, get some pressure on Bridge. He's too comfortable in the pocket right now.
And pressure comes from the far side. Ball is loose on the ground. Bulldogs say they've got it. And they do. Good-sized Mississippi State contingent here with a nice roar after the turnover.
When we talked about a second ago, him comfortable in the pocket, that's what you do. Watch this collapse on him. You're going to see a blitz come from the outside. The pocket collapses, but now if you're Brandon Bridge, you better secure that ball in traffic. Watch, he has it out, and it gets slapped down and away, and an easy recovery by Mississippi State. But again, that happened because pressure came off the right side. Bridge stepped up, didn't feel comfortable in the pocket, did not secure the ball, and a nice defensive effort by Mississippi State.
Linebacker Richie Brown picks it up. Nowhere to go on first down and 10. As Malik Harris comes in, they say ball is loose. How about this?
Well, one play, they get it right back. And I'm going to tell you right now, as you see the running back, Shumpert, I believe, he had the ball in his right hand. First rule of thumb as a running back, when you're running towards the left sideline, you have to secure that ball in the left hand away from the defender. You see number 6 do a great job stripping that ball, Harris, but that's because the ball was to field side. You got to get that ball in the proper hand, but a good strip there by Harris, and just like that, crisis averted by South Alabama as they get the ball back.
Credit Jerome McClain for falling on it.
And they're going to take a look at this one, Mike. Let's take a look at it with them. Let's watch the knees. You don't see the ball there. You see it come out from another angle. But remember, you have to have indisputable video evidence from replay to reverse a call on the field. The call on the field was a fumble. Right there, there's not enough in that replay to show me that it'll overturn. So this one will be, it'll either stand, which means they didn't have enough video evidence either way, or if it's confirmed, the booth's going to say they clearly saw the ball come out before a knee or an elbow touched the ground.
So our referee, Matt Leffler, gets on the horn with replay official Bill Merritt.
And I love to predict these, and I had a horrible week last week up in North Carolina, so
trying to get you some redemption.
Well, I think this play will stand as called on the field. I don't think they're going to overturn it.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. First down.
I knew there was nowhere to go but up for you.
Yeah, that's a 1 for 1. Let's do this. Although I think I got those calls right last week, Mike. I had a conversation with the replay official, but we'll let it go. It's all good.
All right, Robert Johnson, the up man, and now this is where, on a hot day against a fast-paced offense, South Alabama's defense is going to get a good test.
But and you see the temperature there, 87 degrees. As you know, I was on the field at kickoff. Much hotter down there.
It's very deceptive.
With the field turf, it's very hot. It comes off. So a great point, Mike. As this game progresses, which team's in better shape? Who's got the better conditioned team that can withstand this heat and humidity and go 4 quarters?
Prescott throws, and that ball is incomplete. That was nearly intercepted by Montel Garner, the senior at cornerback.
Well, you hear announcers say jumping a route. That's what Garner does here. He jumps the route. He reads it perfectly and should have picked it off. But, boy, again, talking about the speed of South Alabama, they can play with these guys in the SEC, no doubt.
Prescott with the run. Gain of 5 for the junior quarterback.
And the other thing, programs like South Alabama down here, as I said, in good recruiting land, a lot of these players got passed over by the bigger schools from the SEC. So they're playing with chips on their shoulders when they get in these games. And I always tell people there's nothing more dangerous than a good player, a good team that has a chip on their shoulder. 2
of the wide receivers for the Jaguars are Alabama transfers. Yep. Big play here for the defense. Prescott with the ball in his hands. And a first down for the Bulldogs. Out across to the 40-yard line. You talked right before kickoff with Dan Mullen, the head coach of Mississippi State. He said, you know what, we're not going with the quarterback rotation. If you haven't followed the Bulldogs this year, they went back and forth, Prescott, Damian Williams. It only makes sense to keep your best quarterback on the field.
Yeah, I think when you pull him off, he can kind of get cold, especially if he's doing well into a flow. We've seen it, a lot of teams do it. They'll pull off their starter. Next guy comes in, and then that starter doesn't get back for a couple series, and he's just not back in the rhythm. So I like sticking with one guy.
Down the sideline, a flag, and the catch is made. It's going to go against the defense as he finds Fred Brown for the big pickup.
Yeah, it was Montel Garner actually tried to hit Brown, slow him up. Brown strong enough to run right through him and make the catch anyway.
On the defense, that penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
And you'll see it here, Garner, 16, right side of your screen. He knows he's beat. He tries to slow Brown down. He can't. The safety, Buchanan, cannot get over the top fast enough. And a nice pickup from Prescott to Brown.
36 yards, puts the ball at the 29-yard line. A first down and 10. To the ground with Josh Robinson, the junior from Franklinton, Louisiana.
Yeah, and I would expect them to try to get Josh Robinson going a little bit. Had a career best 20 carries, 124 yards last week against UAB. He's the type of guy, 5'9", 215, good power, can bounce. It's got good quicks. I think they're going to try to get him going a little bit in this game.
Pressure coming from the backside, and Prescott threads the needle down to the 5-yard line. And Gabe Miles.
Watch this hit by the safety right there. That's how you come up. It was a clean hit by Buchanan. Exactly what you want to do. Separate man from ball. He had it. Buchanan came in and dislodged it. Very nice play, clean hit, and powerful.
Pocket collapses. Prescott takes off. Flag flies. He's down at the 4. As he was going down, he was hit there. No flag comes near the goal line, but there is one on the turf at the 25-yard line, which might be holding.
Yeah, it should be a holding. They'll nullify that, but I thought I was going to see another flag come in because as Prescott went to a horrible slide, looked like he got hit up high, which could have been another 15, and they didn't call it. So we'll see what the original call was.
Less of a slide inside the 5, more of like he tried to cover up and fall down.
He was in no man's land. He wasn't sure what he wanted to do.
Personal foul. Hands in the face on the defense. 93. Distance to goal. First down.
Well, that hands in the face by McClain. Remember, this is we'll take a look at the end of the play here. Prescott, he just doesn't know if he wants to slide or put his shoulder down. Definitely contact up top, and a flag should have been thrown on Devin Hawkins, and I definitely think it could have been targeting.
Helmet to helmet right there.
Absolutely.
Bulldogs go big here on a 1st and goal. Robinson gets the carry over the top and into the end zone. Flag down, though, from the far sideline. Hold on with the celebration.
Offside on the defense, number 52. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Celebrate away.
Yeah, and, watch Robinson 13. Watch how he goes over the top. Back in my day, and a long time ago, we used to do that a lot. You saw backs all the time go over the top. Not as much anymore. So nostalgic. I love it when I see a back go over the top like that for the score. Get in the end zone.
Evan Sobiesk, the sophomore from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, with the extra point.
And you see it here. Josh Robinson. Smell the goal line is what I like to say. Bulldogs lead it 14-3 in Mobile.